The Design Authority. Have you ever noticed something? Every civilization leaves behind monuments. Yes, the Egyptians left us pyramids. The Romans left us villas. The French left us magnificent palaces. The Italians left us breathtaking Renaissance villas. Oh my goodness. But here's what's really interesting. Yeah, nobody, and I'm saying nobody, ever walks through these places and says, wow, look at that drywall. Oh no. They remember the ceilings. Yeah, the chandeliers, the marble, the staircases, the artwork. Oh my God, the furniture. Of course, the details. Because people don't fall in love with square footage. They fall in love with great design. Oh yes, by now you know I'm Perla Lichi, and I'm welcoming you again to the Design Authority, where we don't just talk about decorating, we talk about the history of how beautiful homes change civilization. So today we're answering a question that almost nobody asks. I mean, you probably haven't asked this question, but here it goes. Who was the very first interior designer? I could say me, but no. The answer is actually going to surprise you. Well, we're gonna have to travel back over 5,000 years. Oh yes, imagine that. Let's picture ancient Egypt. The pharaoh, he wakes up. Do you think he walked into a plain white room with one ceiling fan from the local hardware store? Well, absolutely not. His bedroom was designed to impress. Gold, hand-carved furniture, painted ceilings, of course, lots of columns. Very, very rare stones. Oh, I'm sure we cannot even, well, I'm sure we can because they're mountains. Beautiful fabrics. Yes, guys, every room was planned. Why? Because power wasn't just worn. Power was lived in the palace itself every day, because that is part of the message. Thousands of years before Instagram, people were already creating interiors that made everyone say, wow. Well, I guess some things never change, right? Now, let's see. Let's jump into ancient Rome, for example. Here's something fascinating about that the Romans had actual heated floors, Did you know that? Well, think about that. Let's do the math. 2,000 years ago. Yeah, they figured out actual radiant floor heating. Guys, meanwhile today, people are still arguing over whether heated floors should be worth the money or the upgrade. Well, the Romans were way ahead of us, probably in many more things, and we don't even know that. Their homes also had indoor courtyards. They had water fountains, marble sculptures, mosaic floors, lots of custom furniture, and incredible frescoes. Oh yes, every room was carefully composed. Let me compose. Not decorated, composed like a symphony. And that is a huge difference. Now, here's a fun fact that most people don't know. The word villa came from the Romans. Did you know that? Maybe some do, maybe some don't. Well, today, luxury communities still use the word. Yeah, even luxury hotels use it. Developers are using it. And we've been borrowing actual Roman luxury language for almost 2,000 years. chandeliers. Imagine that. So now let's visit something else. How about going into the Middle Ages? Ooh, let's go. Ooh, I need a new hairdo for that one. Well, everyone dreams about living in a castle, right? I mean, I got one going on now, believe it or not. But it only happened until winter arrives in those days because castles were actually freezing. Yes, I mean, what do they use for heating? Well, imagine huge stone walls, tiny windows there. The floors were very cold. So again, let's imagine trying to heat a 40-foot high stone room with one fireplace. Oh yeah, well, good luck. That's why wealthy families cover the walls with giant tapestries. Imagine. Actually, most people think that tapestries were just simply decoration. Oh no, wrong. They were actually insulation. Yes, the first luxury wall treatment. See, interior design has always solved problems, like me. Not just created beauty, like me. Well, let's see. Everything changed though when the Renaissance came. Okay, the Renaissance, personally, I actually love this period. Oh yeah, because this is when art, architecture, furniture, history, science, and imagination all come together. Oh, I got my Sharpie, yes. Well, families like the Medici, Lichi, didn't hire artists to paint just one picture. They hired geniuses to create experiences, entire environments. That's where names like Leonardo da Vinci, let me see, Michelangelo, Raphael, they work beyond just paintings. They design architecture, they design furniture, ceremonial spaces, decorative details. Oh yes, oh, can you imagine? You right there, imagine calling Leonardo and saying, my wife thinks the dining room needs a little bit more light. Can you imagine how that consultation would go? Well, yeah, he was a designer. Now, let's travel to France. Versailles, one of the greatest interiors ever created. And here's what amazes me. Nothing, no, absolutely nothing was random. Not one mirror, not one chandelier, not one chair, not one ceiling painting, nothing. Everything related to everything else. That's why it still feels magnificent today, because great design isn't a shopping trip. It's actually a composition. Just like a symphony, every instrument matters. Yes, so here's something that always makes me smile. People sometimes tell me, I don't need an interior designer. I know what I like. Well, of course you do. Of course. I know what I like too. I mean, I like chocolate cake, but that doesn't make me a pastry chef. I'd be wearing a chef hat, wouldn't I? Kidding. But yeah, design is exactly the same. Knowing what you like and knowing how to create balance, scale, proportion, harmony, circulation, lighting, architecture, and emotional impact. Those are two very different skill sets. So it's all good. Good that you know what you like. I know what I like too. We all do. But that's what interior designers do. And here's another fascinating fact. Yeah. Interior design wasn't originally called interior design. For centuries, actually. No, these professionals were artists, master builders, cabinet makers, decorators, architects, craftsmen. Absolutely. The tile changed, but the purpose never did. To improve how people lived. So, let's fast forward to the early 1900s. This is when interior design truly became recognized as its own profession. Yeah, that's when it happened because people started hiring specialists whose entire career focused on creating just interiors. And today, the profession includes many specialties too, such as residential, commercial, hospitality, healthcare, retail, luxury homes, historic preservation, yacht design, private aircraft design, oh, and on and on and on. Every specialty requires different expertise. Some designers focus primarily on furnishings, fabrics, and styling. Why not? But others become deeply involved in architecture, in construction, coordination, lighting, custom millwork, kitchens, bathrooms, and complete home transformations. How does that sound? Reality? Yeah, it's one of the reasons the profession is so fascinating. There are many paths, and every project has different needs. So, why do wealthy families continue hiring interior designers generation after generation? Simple. Because mistakes are expensive. Really expensive. I mean, moving one wall after construction, expensive. Ordering custom furniture that doesn't fit even through the floor, yeah, expensive. Here's a good one. Choosing the wrong lighting. How would I look like? Yeah, well, it can be expensive too. Yeah, buying marble that doesn't work with your architecture. Oh my goodness, very expensive. Oh yes. So, good design usually costs less than fixing bad decisions. So, after more than 4 decades designing homes around the world, I've discovered something. People think they're hiring me to select furniture. Well, no, they're not. They're hiring judgment. Yeah, they're hiring experience. They're hiring vision, problem solving. Oh gosh, just half the time doing that. They're hiring someone who can see the finished home before the first wall is built. That is the difference where experience will bring to you. And here's my favorite thought, guys. Think about it, and it's true, it's a fact. Archaeologists study interiors because interiors reveal how people actually lived. A palace tells you who had power. The rooms inside tell you how they celebrated, how they entertained, how they gather as a family, how they express beauty. Interiors preserve culture in a way almost nothing else can. Remember that. So, the next time someone says, oh, it's just decorating, yeah, well, smile. Because interior design has influenced civilizations. It has defined royal families, created world-famous landmarks, inspired many museums, definitely increased property values, improved lifestyles, and changed the way people live for more than 5,000 years. That is not decorating. That is history. Yes. And remember, luxury, I keep saying, isn't about spending the most money. No, luxury is creating an environment that tells you a story so beautifully that people will remember your home long after maybe they even forgot the address. Oh yes. So remember, I'm Perla Lichi. Thank you for joining me on the Design Authority. And always remember that your home is the autobiography you'll never have to write. Every room tells a chapter of your life, so make it a masterpiece. Thank you for watching, and never, please never miss my designer secrets and tips. I've acquired these in over 4 decades. Why should you have to spend 4 decades learning these with your own what to do or what not to do? I will show you, I will inspire you, I will even teach you what you need to do for a beautiful home, to give it that luxury touch, to give it that unique touch and make it your own.